Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites. How we doing today? Hopefully everybody's doing well. So I saw a couple of videos, and I wanted to talk about it because the weight issue, it gets touched on every so often, but not, in my opinion, with any type of in any kind of real way that it gets talked about. It's either talked about on, 80% of Black women are obese, or whatever the stat is. I don't even know. Or from the other side, there are a lot of excuses as to why we can't lose weight and why it's like that, and environmental things and health problems and blah 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 blah. But I don't think that the weight issue for Black women is ever really discussed in a genuine kind of way. And when I say a genuine way, I mean like in a way where people can actually see it, like see what's going on and help themselves. Because we can talk about diet and exercise and things of that nature, but let's be real. Our Black American culture does not prioritize eating right and exercise. Our culture does not prioritize that. Individuals prioritize that, but our culture does not. Our culture, as Black American culture, does not prioritize clean eating, making sure that you have portion control, making sure that you're not overeating, making sure that you are going to some type of gym or in some type of exercise program, even if it's just at the house. Then on the other end of that, we've got, for the women, you got to be thick. You got to be thick. And we've distorted what thick means at this point. You literally have Black women that don't want to work out because they are afraid of, even if they got a big stomach, they got a big butt. And so what they are afraid of is working out, losing the weight, losing the butt, losing the curves, and then the men won't like them. Okay? The men won't like them. Black men specifically will not like them because yet another thing culturally, Black men in terms of just the visual of a woman's body, they prefer the hourglass, little waist, good sized breasts, but more than the breast, the hips and butt and thighs are more prized. So that is a prized body shape. The only problem with that is not every woman can achieve that body shape, even when she's in shape. Because there are women who are thinner. They're just not going to have all them curves on them. So when they get in the gym and they start eating right, the body is pretty, but it is not voluptuous. It's not curvy. It's not super curvy. The booty's not super big, and things of that nature. And so many of our men don't like that look. But the big booty, big thigh look comes with 185 pounds and up. If you want her butt and her thighs to be a certain size, she's going to be a certain weight. Okay. Then from the other side, when we're not talking about what Black men prefer, our families, our parents, our brothers and sisters, things of that nature, you start losing weight. First thing they say, oh, you sick? Am I sick? You didn't ask me if I was sick when I was more than 300 pounds. You didn't ask me if I was sick. I was sick then. I was sick then. I was sick when I was eating all of that food and not moving and being more than 300 pounds. I was sick then. That's when I was sick. And then now that I make a choice, to get over whatever it is that's got me eating like this and start taking care of myself, start taking care of my body, start eating properly, eating it in controlled ways, portion control, controlling my food, controlling what kind of food I eat. Now you're eating like white folk and you're sick because I don't want to sit and pack my face all day. Okay. I had to be, at one point, I was more than a size 28. I want to be between a size 26 and 28. I was more than that. Like, to the point where I didn't, like, buying clothes was not an option. Nobody asked me if I was sick. Listen. First of all, thank you for the contributions. At facts, even back with our grandparents, they would call someone fit and healthy weight skinny. Tell you that you need meat on your bones. And then when you get real fat, ooh, you sure is kind of, putting it on a little bit, ain't you? So we have a lot going on in our culture that, on the one hand, we will shame women for being too big. And then on the other hand, if they get too, quote unquote, too small, which is really just a healthy weight, too small, then now you got to talk about them because they sick. How many, like, it don't, like I'm trying to make the point. It's not just the way the men see the women. It's the way all of us see health and fitness. Because I had close family members when I was losing weight. Oh, is you sick? Am I sick? Are you for real? So now you can see, now I got a jawbone and shoulders. Now I'm sick. What about when I was walking around with no shoulders and a hump on my back because I was so fat? Huh? Pre-diabetic, probably, because I never went to go and get that checked out. But as big as I was, that was happening. I seen a video weeks ago where this lady, she was very overweight. She was like 500 pounds or so. And I think she was on 600-pound life. And she was trying to tell her family that she was trying to get the weight loss surgery. And that, she needed to lose an initial like 50 pounds. And then she would be able to get the weight loss surgery. Her fat mother, grandmother, and sisters, who were all almost as big as her, were sitting around that table, like berating her. Why would you want to get that type of, why would you want to get that type of surgery? That type of surgery is dangerous. We're worried about whether or not you can make it. And if you are able to lose a certain amount of weight, then you can just do it naturally and go and lose the rest of the weight. My thing is, were you worried about her health at 600 pounds? She gonna die now. What you mean? What do you mean? The surgery is not no more dangerous than the weight she carrying. The surgery is not no more dangerous. The way all that weight that she's carrying is deadly to her. And nobody asked about her health until she said she was going to lose weight. Nobody asked about her health. So we just have a backwards thought pattern when it comes to health and fitness. We have a backwards thought pattern when it comes to that. We champion what's obviously not okay, but if her waist ratio is smaller than her hip and butt ratio, we'll give it a pass. No matter how that silhouette, what size that silhouette is, we give that silhouette a pass. I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. Give me 2 seconds. Hold on. I just saw it. I'm gonna show y'all. Look, we give it a pass. We give it a pass. This woman can't hardly move. I'm not gonna put the sound on. This woman can't hardly move. The champion it. I promise you her body was on Coke bottle when she was young. So that's who pushed me out of line when God was giving out hips. I'm just glad she's exercising. There's women out here spending good money trying to mimic her shape. At least she's up and moving. Her body is natural. Please leave her alone. Her waist is snatched, though. Nothing wrong with her body. At least her thighs match. That's the Sarah Bartman physique. She's naturally beautiful. She has a nice shape, just too big, in my opinion. If she loses a little weight, she would be top tier and feel healthier. Way better than these BBLs for sure. It's naturally hers. She wears it well. This is how we talk about that. This is how we talk about that. That woman is too big and she can barely walk. I'm pretty sure that's a case of lipedema or lymphedema. The edema or the swelling of the lymph nodes. So lymphedemas swell, their swellings because of the excessive weight and the blockage of the draining of the lymph nodes, because there's excessive weight and not enough movement, a lymphedema. But you saw how everybody was talking about it. They'll say she thick. That's not normal. But we're going to get to the video I really wanted to show.
Ain't no war on black women's weight. If you want to see a war on somebody's weight, go over to some of these other races and see how strict their men are when it comes to weight. A lot of these other communities, the women know to keep their bodies under control and keep their weight under control because they men don't play. Black men have given grace for a long time when it comes to addressing black women's weight. They just now really coming out and talking about how dissatisfied they are with the weight of the women in the community. It's 2025 and a lot of y'all are still stupid enough to think that a man having sex with you means something, that it means that you're desirable, that it means that you're attractive. And because a lot of y'all are so male-centered, even though you lie and say you not, you hold on the extra weight just to keep that butt that you think that you got, right? A lot of y'all have been past thick, right? Nothing about you is thick. But you got a bunch of low vibrational pookies who be lying and telling you what you want to hear, all for the sake of having sex with you. And because you're stupid and you believe that a man wanting to have sex with you means that you're desirable and that he actually wants you, because you still haven't figured out in 2025 that there's no correlation between a man having sex with you and a man actually wanting you. You would think you dum-dums would know that by now, but I done seen several of y'all make videos and y'all sitting there talking about, well, they can't care about my weight too much because I still get ends, I still get dudes still smashing and ain't complaining. No, they not complaining because you still giving it up, stupid, right? But it don't mean that they don't like your body. It don't mean that they still ain't telling their homeboys how disgusting they think you look with your clothes off, right? None of that is still not happening just because they sleep with you. The fact of the matter is a lot of y'all can't get to the next step with these men in relationships because they don't like your body. All right, you might be cool, you might be having sex with him, but at the end of the day, he don't picture himself being with nobody who physically look like you. That's why a lot of y'all ain't getting no dates. That's the reason why you only get you up late text messages. Like, they don't want to be seen with you in public. They don't want to be associated with you. They don't want people knowing that they mess with somebody who looks like you. And that's just a harsh reality for a lot of y'all to accept. So you have to lie to yourself and tell yourself that these men actually like you just because they're willing to smash you because you're dumb. Because ain't no way in 2025 you still believe that, but y'all definitely still believe that men sleeping with y'all actually means something. And again, the men are at fault for this. A lot of the men have lied to y'all, told y'all that y'all was thick when you've been past thick. Nothing about you is thick. It actually, everything about you is thick, right? Arms, stomach, legs. But I said in another video, a lot of y'all won't get in the gym and lose weight because you so scared of losing that big sloppy butt that you'll keep it just so that you can have it because you feel like that's the best thing that you got to offer. You don't feel like your face really hitting on nothing. And the only time you really get compliments or men really say anything to you is when it's about your body. So God forbid you lose the one thing that's desirable to men when you're so male centered and the only thing you care about is your desirability when it comes to men. So a lot of y'all will skip out losing weight just so you can keep that big, wide, sloppy mess in the back of you that you call a fat A, right? Just so that you can stay desirable to men who only want to sleep with you and don't see nothing else with you in the future. But at the end of the day, stop it. There's no war on nobody's weight, because if it was, you'd realize that you've had it easy when it came to how Black men address Black women's weight. And you would see these other communities, they don't have almond moms for nothing. They train their daughters from the time they born to keep that weight under control and to stay skinny. So be for real.
And it was nothing but facts. It was nothing but facts. Black women, before we go on any further, please accept, if you are not one of the quintessential Black women, I know we are known for big butts and all of that. I know that. And there are many who fit that qualification of their bodies. That's just genetics. There are those of us who do not have those genetics, okay? And we are just simply not going to be, if you get slim, you're not going to be slim thick. You're going to be slim. Okay? Most Black men say their preference is slim thick. Many of you will not fit his preference. When you work out, when you go to the gym, when you work on your body, you may not end up slim thick. You might just end up slim. Toned, pretty, body will be T. But it may not be, and again, that's based on your genetics. Because some women, because you can't outwork your genetics. You know, some women just don't got no hips. Some women just don't got no, you know what I'm saying? And some women got all of it. You know what I'm saying? Some women just they just got that. And that's just the way that it is. That's the only kind of body positivity I promote, is accepting your body the way that it is. When you have worked it out, when you have gotten healthy, when you know what I'm saying, are watching what you eat and you are keeping your weight under control, then accept that body. You have to accept your genetics. Okay? Some of us are small. We have small frames. It's just the way it is. Okay? Don't let nobody shame you because your booty not real big. Oh, you ain't got no butt. That's fine. It's fine. Don't go get a BBL. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Whatever that happened to your booty at the gym, and you try to get you a little booty, it'll do a little something. Again, it's genetics as well. Some women booty just big. They just got a big old booty, and it just is what it is. Some women got to really work to get their booty. Some women gonna work and it's just gonna be a little booty. Some women gonna work and it's gonna be a decent booty. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. You just have to accept that. Okay. My tip for you and this may be controversial. Do not worry about the scale so much as you worry about your actual fitness. Do not just be doing anything to get the number down, because your weight is not solely comprised of the fat in your body. It is whatever percentage of fat you have, it's muscle, it's water. The number on the scale is more than the actual amount of fat on your body. So don't be trying to do anything just to get the number down. Okay? You want to have, as long as your stomach is flat, your midsection is good, you toned, you know if you've been working or not. You know what it is. So you know how to work and how not to work. And if you don't know how to work, you have to learn. YouTube University is free. Okay? Whatever your body look like after that, pay more attention to your inches than the number on the scale. Because the number on the scale will move, but it may not move as dramatically as your inches move. So if you are a size 16 and you drop to a size 14, the weight will be down, but maybe not as dramatically as you thought in order to move down that size. Okay? How your clothes fit you, how you're able to endure, do some strength training, and things of that nature. You have to strength train. You have to, do you some cardio for endurance. My favorite, especially if you haven't gotten into the strength training yet, do HIITs, high intensity interval training. Do HIITs. It gets your heart rate up real good, and it's a good mix of cardio and body weight training. And you can do it in the house. That's the best thing. You could do it in the house. Because my thing was always, if I'm not going to take 20 minutes in the house with no obstruction for me to do any kind of workout, why would I go to a gym? I know this is a boring subject for some people, but this is what needs to be talked about. Let me go on a real commercial break because we're going to attack the other part of this as well. But after these messages, we'll be right back. So we need everybody to go to ashkicking.com. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. If you want to keep your skin looking and feeling its absolute best, and you need this body butter that is on the screen right now. Also, if this is going to be your very first order, please take advantage of the 10% discount using the promo code Crimson at checkout. Once again, the link is pinned to the top of the chat, ashkicking.com. Oh, you got bam, 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 bam. You got to hit the like button. Bam, bam. You got to go ahead and hit the like button. Let me get to the super chats. Thank you so much, Mogul, for your contribution. I appreciate you. Thank you. HVAC hit it up twice, and we have Arrested Development bad. Said Black women ask me this: if you are 5'5", 250, can you squat your body weight? If no, you are weighing 250 like a linebacker. I don't care who it offends. Thank you, showing up. Said bring up someone's weight and you are a hater. This is true. Thank you, 52. I appreciate you so much. So salute Miss Crimson, just showing some love, and I appreciate that as well. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Arvin. Said your wealth is your health. Agreed. Thank you, Ezel. Says she left out the fact that a lot of Black women don't want to put forth the effort to get small. And last but certainly not least, HVAC. So ladies, look here, I'm 6 feet, 194. I don't look like 194. Not everyone is going to get a big butt, huge quads or arms. I have quads and hamstrings toned. And that's what I was saying. You got to just accept your genetics. And I'm saying it like that because don't get discouraged because you might not have the quintessential Coke bottle. You know, you got to work to get whatever your genetics will allow. Work to get whatever your genetics will allow. Yeah. That's the thing. Sis said you was on keto for 6 months, lost 37 pounds, got off it, gained it back. Now I'm dealing with mental belly. That's the one thing that I realized with keto. Keto is very good, but if you stop, you will put on that weight again. I found that it's a bit less effective because once you are in perimenopause or menopause, once those hormones start rocking and reeling and rocking and rolling, lower carbs still helps you, but keto might not, if that makes sense. Still lower the carbs, still mitigate the sugar and the processed foods, but strict keto may not really work for those of us who are in perimenopause and menopause, because our hormones are doing something very, very different now than we were before we hit menopause and perimenopause. Okay. Well, I ain't got nothing bad to say about keto, because keto helped me come down from 350 pounds. I went all the way down to like 170. So I'm not gonna say nothing bad about keto, because keto, the one thing that really works with keto is it attacks the insulin resistance, which is partially why a lot of people can't lose weight. They're pre-diabetic or diabetic, so they're in too much insulin resistance. You do have to cut your carbs in order to cut that. And I don't care whether you call it keto or not. Any good dietitian will tell you, if you are in insulin resistance, you're gonna have to cut that sugar and you're gonna have to cut them carbs down. You're just gonna have to do it. There's no way you can eat the amount of carbs that you eating to be as big as you are and keep eating that amount of carbs and lose weight. You're not gonna do it. So I ain't got nothing bad to say about keto. I really don't. Exercise with it though. If you're doing it just from experience, it would have been better had I developed more of an exercise regimen along with it. That would be better. Okay. Girl, the level of heat that your body produce, it really need to be studied. I don't think they study it well enough, honestly speaking. Because sometimes I'll just be sitting there and my body temperature will just go up like I be my own personal oven. Like, excuse me? Why am I this hot? Then I get cold. Then I be getting cold, sis. Like, I get hot and then I get real, real cold. Don't doubt the gym. Miss Francois is very correct. A lot of women doubt the gym, but you can definitely build your body there. There are so lots of free info available on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Exactly. You definitely can build your body in the gym. That's where you build it. What people need to understand, what ladies need to understand. Listen, let me tell you something. Let me dispel some myths. Go in that gym and lift weights heavy. Lift them heavy. Look me in my eyeball. You are not going to look like a man. Okay? No matter how heavy those weights are, you will not look like a man. You do not have the level of testosterone in your body at any given time to produce the amount of muscle mass. You don't consume enough protein, and you simply are not genetically disposed to be looking like that. Men do not look like that. You be thinking about them bodybuilder women. That's a completely different thing. Men have to actually work to look like that. And when they get tired of doing that work, they slim right down. The Rock right now don't look like The Rock did 10 years ago. He don't look like that. The Rock stopped that with all that bodybuilding stuff, and you gotta, you know what I'm saying, doing 2-a-days and all the protein and calories you gotta eat to have a bodybuilder body. That's a crazy body. And they do that seasonally. They don't even do that all year, because that's an unsustainable body type because of what you got to do to sustain it. You will not be looking like a man. I promise you, you will not. There's really not anything that you're going to do to look like a big old man at the end of it. So going in the gym to lift a lot of weights, you're going to have a pretty woman body. I can't tell you how many women come to the gym that I'm in, and them women, you will not believe how much weight them women lift, how much they squat, how much they lift, how much they press, how much, and they got the prettiest bodies. Don't nothing about their body look masculine. Nothing. 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 There's nothing you gonna do. There's no weight you gonna lift. I don't care how long you lift it, that is going to look like a man. You are not going to look like no man. It's a lady at the gym. She a power lifter. And I mean, she be lifting weight that men don't lift. Do you understand me? This woman is a power lifter. She's serious too. She built her body. She's got a power lifter body. She's still small. She a little short woman. She little and short. And she don't look like a man. But she gonna go over there and lift 550. Think she playing. And got a man. Y'all worried about not getting a man because you think you're going to look like a man if you go. It's a lot of different underlying factors. Let's take a look at excuses. The excuses that get used. Listen to her.
Last semester, as a 3X, while working, and I'm a mother. I'm a baby mama. Okay? That does not sound like the actions of a person who doesn't love themselves. That does not sound like the actions of a person who does not have self-discipline. But let's flip it. The people who were at the Coldplay concert, both white, they both looked like they were fairly in shape.
What?
They were cheating on their spouses. Homeboy even had to step down from his job. So not only have they impacted the business, not only has impacted his pockets, the kids are now impacted, the other spouse is now impacted. That's a lack of self-discipline, because he could have just said no. She could have just said no.
The excuses y'all use to justify that big ass back will never cease to amaze me.
You heard all them excuses she just came up with? 50 excuses in 10 seconds. Talking about how she done went to school and did this and that and the third as a 3X, 4X. You're undisciplined because you keep putting, not only are you putting the food in your mouth, what I want Black women to understand is why you're putting that food in your mouth. Let's have a real talk about that. First off, the food that you eat. People wonder why poor people are fat in this country. Why are poor people fat in this country? Poor people are fat in this country because the food that is easily accessible and very cheap is not food. They are edible chemical concoctions that are designed to get you hooked on sugar and salt. Those highly extra processed edible items, your body does not break that down. And when your body cannot break it down, the last resort is to store it as a fat cell. That's the body's last resort. The fat cells are, we don't know what to do with this. It doesn't even break down into your digestive system from your small intestine to your large intestine to be removed as waste, nor is it coming out through your urinary tract. So it is stored in cells, fat cells specifically. Those cells sometimes break down, and those chemicals attach themselves to other organs as well. So not only are you dealing with insulin resistance, where your pancreas can't really keep up with the amount of insulin it needs to produce, coupled with the amount of sugar that you're actually eating, but this is where cancerous cells come from. Cancerous cells come from this overeating of highly processed food. Your body, it is synthesized. It's not a natural thing. So your body doesn't know. It literally, once you ingest it, your body doesn't know what you just put in it. That it gains little to no nutritional value. So it just goes into fat. Coupled with the fact that you don't do any work with your body. So there's no reason for the body to go and get those fat stores and use them. You have to give your body a reason to use your fat. Fat is fuel, and it is stored fuel. It's stored fuel on your body. The reason that it didn't use the fuel when you consumed it is because you consumed too much of it versus how much you're actually running. It's like overfilling your car with gas. Why would you go put a full tank of gas in your car, but you barely drive it? You don't need the gas. So you would never go to the gas station to top off or to overfill your tank because you don't drive. The only reason you would need to go refuel more often is if you drove more often. The car's doing what? Using the fuel. Now you got to go back and get it. Food is fuel. It's not just something you eat to feel good. It's not just something that you eat because it tastes good. Y'all eat when y'all bored. Y'all eat to celebrate. Y'all eat to just be eaten. Y'all eat because you just thought about it. You eat because you halfway depressed. You eat all of that eating that you're doing. So it's not only what you eat, it is how much you eat. Y'all don't know nothing about portion control and serving sizes. You have no idea how much food you are actually consuming. How many calories per day that you are actually consuming. The average really fat person is consuming more than 3,000 to 4,000 calories every day. That's way too much. That's too much. You don't need that much. The body actually does not need a lot of food to run. It needs nutritionally dense food to run, not a lot of food. So that same money that you're using to go buy Zoom Zooms and Wham Whams, you drink all your carbs and sugar, not to mention how much you're eating, you drink it all. Going to these fast food restaurants, they actually tell you how many calories it is per meal. So you go into these fast food restaurants, give me a number 2, give me a number 5, give me a number 10. And a number 2, a number 5, a number 10 are all 1,500 calories or more. 800. The sandwich itself is 850 calories. Then the drink is 230 calories. The fries, another 180 calories. Then you want a snack bag and you want some chips, another 250 calories. You don't realize how much you're actually eating. Have no care to count a calorie. I ain't counting no calories. That's why you fat. Because you eat 4 or 5 times the serving size of anything. All that bread you eating all day. This sandwich, a roll. You had a biscuit this morning. You had a bagel this morning. Do y'all realize, for those of you who eat a bagel every day or 2 bagels every day with coffee, you realize bagels are a good 350 calories per bagel and like almost 60 carbs per bagel. Per bagel. You down one every day. Then you come and eat breakfast. Then you come through and eat lunch. Then you come through and eat dinner. And all of the stuff I'm talking about, I love this stuff. I like bagels. I'm in love with pancakes. I'm in love with pancakes. If I could get away with pancakes, I would eat pancakes every day. That's how much I like pancakes. Pancakes, and make my own syrup from like strawberries or blueberry, like make a compote and put it on there. Oh, you talking about, and I can make you a pancake now. And I ain't talking about making from no mix. I can make you pancakes and smack somebody. I love pancakes. I'm not eating them. I can't. Not when I'm counting how many carbs I ate today and how many calories I'm about to eat. Whenever you want something, you have to eat a little bit. But that all comes with the discipline So her excuse, oh, that don't sound like you're undisciplined because you don't know how to stop putting the food in your mouth. I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry. You're not supposed to eat till you full. You're not supposed to eat till you full. You not. Once you get that full feeling, you've eaten too much food. You've actually literally eaten too much food. You're eating too much food when the only relief you feel in your gut is when you poop. Too much food. You're not allowing your digestive system to rest and recuperate and regenerate. As much as the average person eats in America, your digestive system never stops. It never stopped working because you don't never stop putting food in it. Drink some water. Stop drinking juice. Juice is not healthy. That's not a health thing. Juice is not a health thing. Oh, it's 100% juice. I don't care. Eat the fruit that the juice came from. At minimum, you can get micronutrients. At minimum, you can get the micronutrients. So don't drink the apple juice, eat the apple. Don't drink the orange juice, eat the orange. Don't drink the mango juice, eat the mango. Start curbing your food. Don't shock your body. Try to shock your body into it. Start eating smaller amounts, smaller amounts, smaller amounts. So if you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that first of all, that's too many meals. Then y'all snacks in between that, that's too much food. Start inching that breakfast closer towards that lunch. Inch that breakfast closer to that lunch. So when you wake up, if you're waking up 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, don't start eating sugar. Most people wake their body up with sugar. You get up and you eat something sweet, a donut and coffee. Stop that. Stop that. Because you're not even making your own coffee. You're going to Dunkin's and getting it. And you don't control how much sugar they putting in it. Start inching that breakfast closer towards that lunch until no breakfast. Start eating at lunch. If you want you a little coffee or something like that, drink your little coffee, drink your little tea or something like that in the morning. I like coffee as well. Drink your little coffee, not with a whole bunch of sugar and a whole bunch of crap in it. Y'all get some creamers and you go crazy. That's bad too. Stop that. So inch that breakfast down closer and closer and closer to lunch until there's no breakfast and there's just lunch and dinner. Then I'm telling you how to start dialing back your eating, how much you eat. Now you just have lunch and dinner. Start cutting them snacks. Now start cutting the snacks in between. The chips, the cookies, the donut, the this, the that, a little thing of candy, a little thing. Stop that. Stop that. Now it's just lunch and dinner. Portion control. Your plate should not be edge to edge filled with no food. Whatever you eat, your whole plate, your dinner plate should not be completely full from edge to edge. It should not. Matter of fact, start eating out of half a plate. I said it. Don't even eat out of a full plate. Eat out of half a plate. Start eating out of a half a plate. For those of you who don't know what a half plate is, it's like a salad plate. It's not quite a saucer. Drink water. Water. Start trying to flush your system through. Downsize. Stop eating 2-3 pieces of chicken at a time. A big old heaping thing of rice, a big old heaping thing of mac and cheese. Stop heaping your plate. Stop heaping your plate. Stop heaping it. You should not have a heaping of anything. And you're going to have discipline. How to satiate the feeling of hunger. Water and eating good fat. If you're cutting down carbs and sugar, you have to eat good fat. Salmon is a good fat. Fat from, high fat nuts, things of that nature. Eggs. If you want to eat eggs, those are good sources of fat. Fat usually come with a protein. So if you're eating a steak, make sure it's marbled with some fat. Cut out vegetable oil and corn oil. Do not use that. You can use some avocado oil because that got a high smoke point. Stop eating margarine. Eat butter. Don't believe the hype, but you're not supposed to eat butter. Eat the butter. Margarine is plastic. Eat the butter, not the margarine. I have not bought margarine. I don't remember the last time I even looked at margarine. Like in terms of like me eating it. So eat actual butter. Cut down on the amount of processed food. Start eating more actual food. The stuff that's in these boxes and cans and this and that, gotta start limiting that. Limit that. All that Kool-Aid, all that, stop that. You ever read the back of that stuff? Stop that. You read them labels, it's gonna put you in another universe. Read the label of the stuff that you eating. I double dog dare you right now to go in your kitchen and start looking at the labels. Not only the calorie count and the carb count, but look at the ingredient list. Look at the ingredient list of what you're doing. You getting stuff in the ingredient list this long. Why? I used to think that, Roddy, Except now folks can't pronounce simple words, so I don't know if we can use that as a ground rule no more. Reading comprehension kicking their butt, that illiteracy rate kicking their butt. All that snacking. The snacking doing you dirtier than anything else. Because you'll hear a lot of fat people talk about how they don't eat much. That's because they don't eat a lot of meals, but they snack all day. Start inching that lunch and that dinner closer together until there's no lunch, just dinner. Don't eat past like 7 o'clock. 8 if you must. Give your body time to stop. Give your digestive system time to stop it. Process what you ate. %80 of your health is in what you have eaten. 80% of your health is in what you have eaten. The other 20% is in your working out. Go work out. Go work out. Eat you some fruits and vegetables. More fruits than vegetables. And get good fruit. Don't be getting that GMO fruit. Get good fruit. Go to the fruit stand and get your fruit if you can. If you got to go to the supermarket and get your fruit, do not get organic fruit. Do not get that cheap fruit. Don't do that. Eating salad, stop drenching it with a bunch of dressing. Because you don't want to taste the vegetables. Stop drenching your salad with a gang of Thousand Island, blue cheese, ranch dressing, Catalina. Stop drenching it. Stop that. Put a little bit on there for the flavor. Stop drenching it. Because you don't like lettuce. You don't like lettuce and carrots. So you trying to drown it out with a bunch of ranch dressing. The ranch dressing is about like 130 calories per tablespoon. You realize that, right? And you done put a half a cup. And 2 cups of croutons in it. That ain't nothing but some bread. Croutons in it. What's good, Hamp? Get your palate acclimated to salads and things of that. The only way to get your palate acclimated to that is to change your palate by lessening how much sugar and sodium you consume. Specifically that sugar. Start dropping that sugar. Your taste bud, your palate will change. Things that wasn't sweet enough will be unbearable to eat. You will not be able to eat it. We're not meant to consume that much sugar. Checking the sugar will change your palate. Once your palate change, you'll be able to eat vegetables and stuff like that and other things that are not sweet and enjoy them. So chill with the sugar. Chill with all that processed food. Is hitting the dopamine in your mind. That's why you want it. So you don't want it. Your body don't want it. Your brain do. But excess sugar in the body makes you sick. Sugar in the brain is Alzheimer's. Sugar in the eyes is glaucoma. You understand? Eat something natural, sweetener. You won't want that much sweet. When you go in the grocery store, stay out of the middle aisles. There's nothing in the middle aisles but foolishness. The outer aisles have food in them. The inner aisles have process in them. The only thing in the middle aisles is like, I guess you getting some spaghetti sauce or something. Condiments, maybe. That's about what I got for you. We done spent enough time here. Let me see. Thank you all for the cash apps as well. HVAC said Becky will go as far as her body allows. You build that in the gym. Only ones who won't take the easy way out. Ladies, you can do the same. And said on the court, I can bully dudes 6'5" or 6'8" in the post that weigh more than me. They ask how if I'm small. I lift heavy and I sprint. Lift heavy. Thank you, Jared. Said a black man y'all looking for typically in the gym. Thank you, Ezel. Said if I was president, I would be mandatory to bring double dutch back to girls' gym classes. Arvin, thank you. Said sometimes we are just thirsty and not hungry. Original Man said, sister, I had bariatric surgery combined with a diet of high protein, very low carbs and sugar. I lost 130 pounds and counting. I'm proud of you for that. That's a big accomplishment. Thank you, HVAC. So unless you're an athlete like me or a powerlifter, you should not be eating heavy, period. Even I know when to back off in my off season. And let me say one last thing about surgeries. I'm not against all surgeries. Even surgeries for weight loss, I'm not against all surgeries. Some people are too big, and the surgery is there to save their life so that they can get down to a weight that they can move around with. Sometimes you've gotten too big for diet and exercise to do the trick fast enough. It'll do it, but maybe, because when you're at a certain weight, you cannot exercise, you cannot move. You've lost your mobility after a certain point. So getting up to exercise is not a realistic thing for people after a certain weight. Even walking is not something that they are able to do because they have lost their mobility. So I do not speak against all surgeries in every case, because there are some people who absolutely need that surgery to help them jumpstart the weight loss so that they can get to a point where they can actually physically go exercise and then pay attention to their diet and pay attention to their exercise. But some people is too big to do any kind of exercise. They cannot even walk from one room in a house to the other. So going anywhere to any kind of gym, going in, that's out of the question. They are not going to do that. They can't. No matter how much they want to, they have gotten too heavy, and the mobility is now gone. So they have to get to a point, the bariatric surgery, gastric bypass surgery, things of that nature, get them to drop weight, a lot of weight at once, this is why those people usually end up with a lot of excess skin, because they drop weight real fast and the elasticity of the skin is now gone. So they're going to eventually have to have the excess skin cut off of them, because you can't, once the skin's elasticity is gone, it don't come back. So that's just to get them to a point where they can now go exercise. You can now, it just gives them their mobility back, like pretty much immediately. Get them their mobility back so that they can start moving around, and then they're able to, thank you so much for the cash app, I appreciate you. Then they're able to actually start exercising regularly, and then the rest of the weight get lost in a natural way. So I speak bad about BBLs, but I don't talk bad about every surgery. Sometimes people need that. But anyway, I'm gonna get up out of here. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.